The livelihoods of nearly 12 million smallholder coffee farmers across Africa are under threat as the continent races against time to comply with the European Union's regulation on deforestation-free products. This new regulation, which comes into effect soon, demands that all coffee exported to the European Union must be traceable to farms that have not contributed to deforestation and must come from legal sources. To address this urgent challenge, coffee industry leaders from across Africa and Europe have gathered in Uganda from 13th to 16th May 2025 for the regional conference on EUDR Readiness in the African coffee sector under the theme "Where are we now and what is left to do?" The event, hosted by GIZ Uganda under the Team Europe initiative, aims to assess Africa's progress and prepare stakeholders for full EUDR compliance. Carolina Hedstrom from the European Union says Uganda still needs 35 billion shillings to fully track coffee farms. So far, the government has given only 13 billion, but more help is expected from the private sector.
The European Union is already helping the government of Uganda. We're working with the private sector in the coffee sector, with the government, with the Team Europe, with other European partners, and with partners such as Abbey Development to roll out traceability. But of course, the European Union will not be able to cover all the costs related to this, which will help improve the coffee sector overall and ensure greater both sustainability and profitability of the coffee sector.
Uganda exported over 6 million bags of coffee last year, earning the country about $1.1 billion. Dr. Gerald Chalo, the commissioner from Ministry of Agriculture, has reported that the country has registered over 1.2 million coffee farmers as part of its efforts to build a traceable and compliant value chain.
Uganda has already put in funds to register farmers in Uganda, and also private sector, but also our donors. The Embassy of Denmark has put in money. So we have done a substantial amount of work already. We have registered around 1.2 million farmers out of 2.5. So we are roughly 50%. From my perspective as the minister, we are doing well. But of course, there remains to be some work to be done, especially on how the data can be accessed.
Frank Boiza, the agricultural councillor at the Netherlands Embassy in Uganda, has reiterated his country's support in safeguarding the environment and building sustainable trade ties.
To Europe.
Readiness for it, so we're not just imposing a measure from Europe. We really want to cooperate in value chains that are not putting too much pressure on nature, and work together in that and join hands. There are probably a lot of lessons learned also in other countries how that works well.
Jenny Nalunga, the executive director of Siatin Uganda, has called on the Ugandan government to speed up the mapping of all coffee farms and has urged farmers to take compliance seriously.
60% of our coffee is exported to the European Union. So if we don't comply to those directives, it means that our coffee is going to be rejected in the European Union. Some people have been talking about getting alternative markets, but it will be difficult to get an alternative market for 60% of our coffee. So my appeal is to government to take this issue seriously, to be able to give the Ministry of Agriculture enough resources so that all coffee farms are mapped.
Africa, home to some of the world's most prized coffee varieties, produced 13 million bags of coffee in 2023, representing a 10% of global output. Nearly 60% of this was exported to Europe, making the European Union the largest single destination for African coffee exports. The conference underscores the high stakes and shared agency among governments, farmers, development partners, and the private sector to ensure Africa's coffee remains competitive and sustainable in an evolving global market. Naomi Namsoke for NSTV.